I've fallen off him 8 times. He kicked me in the ribs. I can't enjoy the ride because I always have to be prepared.
What an interesting combination this was. There was no connection between each part of his body. There was no soft absorption of my energy. So the basic connection he has with his body is 0.
My name is Johanna. I'm the owner of Herman. At the moment, he's only 6 years old, so we have the future in front of us. I've owned him for a little bit more than 2 years. I bought him from the breeder, and it was love at first sight. He wants to be with me, he's curious, he wants to do stuff. His main problem is that he doesn't feel himself. He doesn't keep his focus on himself. He's too in tune with his environment. I can't enjoy the ride fully because I always have to be prepared. I've fallen off him 8 times in 2 years. 4 of those times he has kicked me. He kicked me in the ribs. That was the most dramatic time. The other 3 times he's kicked me on the leg. Yeah, he's in a panic state and he doesn't realize it's me that's hanging by his side or on the ground beside him. He's just scared that something is by his hind legs. The problem was that he was focused not on himself, but on everything else. Hello.
Hi, Tristan.
Johanna.
Hi, Johanna.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. I could read a lot from Herman, and the first thing that I felt from the energy was the lack of connection in the body. It's like a fuse box where all the wires are loose. Sometimes they connect to a good spot, and sometimes they are crossing and making a spark. So the basic connection he has with his body is 0. And there was no difference between each part of his body, and there was also no connection. If I felt the ribs, I felt nothing in the hip or through the feet. You knew right away that there wasn't a great connection. When I feel that the body goes into contraction, I make reference by keeping my left hand on that point. Oh, good. And the kicking out is often from the reaction to the snapping up. It's like, oh, I have to get that out.
He didn't feel anything. He just stood there. He wasn't, reacting to anything.
So he has a split right down the middle. And he is not able to have a bilateral connection. He gets lost over the midline. So if he can start to feel this balance between left and right, and he can start to make this center, he can find his way back when something in the environment sets him off center.
Just as soon as he laid his hands on him, he was like, well, he's not tuned in. And I was like, well, okay. But he was a good boy. He didn't react. He just stood there. Yeah, but that was not the task. Yeah.
And then we start to move the body now that he's felt the body. So our first job, of course, is to go in and start to make a connection in his body. Now this in the beginning might look like you're creating tension release. You make a contact with the body and you want him to feel it. But it's in Herman's case not to relax his body, but to feel his body, to be able to make a connection, to feel the shoulder. This is very good. Now I can start to move a little bit the feet. So I then bring reference down into the ground because I want him to feel the ground to lift the other foot. Not energy up that he's pulling, energy down. And then test. Yes. Yes. Now it gets grounded too much again. This is better. This is good. This is good. Yes. Boy, so we teach him this feeling of when I want to move over there, I feel my whole body and I step through and I open this leg and I go there. Yes. And so when we started to move him, of course, you see the lack of awareness, the lack of control, the lack of connection. We move one foot, one other foot moves. It's never consistent. Every step, every time we did the exercise, it was a different order. First left hind, and then was left front, and then right hind, and then every time he started with a different foot, and he ended with a different foot. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, it's a 7, 1, 6, minus 4. Dial up. Yeah. Ask the operator if right front will take a collect call. There, hey. And if you add energy, pressure, anything from the environment that asks something, and you send it into this operating system, I mean, who knows what comes out? Yes. Yes. Yes, good. Stay here, connected. Good. How do you feel here? Oh, much more feeling. Here, good. Yes. So now we get sensitive here. The other thing we really felt on Herman is when he started to find connections in his body, he had this sort of sensation and this aura of gratefulness, like, oh, God, why haven't I had this skill before? So here again, I look to that the body is starting to have an awareness of itself. So it's not about the thing.
No.
It's not about controlling the thing. It's about understanding what happens to your body. And for him, it's also important that it's not no response. So here, what's happening? Yes, here.
He was testing him. Are you still in tune to yourself? Okay, if I snap this one, are you still tuned in to your own feelings?
So here I work on the front leg.
If he wasn't, it gave him a moment. Well, come back to yourself. Feel yourself. Okay, let's do it again.
He doesn't know every time how his body's going to react, where he's going to end up. And he ends up going through this explosive flight pattern to try to get it out of his system, and then, I'm there again. Yes, yes, control state. He has no intent to harm anybody or himself, but it's an uncontrollable reflex. Oh, yes. Out with the front leg. Out with the front leg. Good. Feel the body. Feel what this is. Open up the mind and know where all of your body parts are.
I'm really lucky to be able to come here with Herman and have Tristan working with not only Herman, because he worked with me as well, so I can continue this at home.
I have like this very deep sensation of respect for you. You know, it's only because he trusts you that you're able to do it. And you're not both had like a serious accident.
when he said that when I have done the things that I've done with Herman, like competitions and going to the forest and the beach and stuff, he did it because he trusted me.
It's a positive, it's an amazing thing. Like, you give some structure to this, to what you already have, and you will overcome many, many things. Going through the process of teaching him these things shows her the internal operating system, what is connected, what is not connected. So everything will start to get more predictable for Herman, but especially more predictable for Johanna. So it's not always about getting the horses relaxed, making them feel calm, getting them to stop being spooky or reactive to sound or to movement, but it's sometimes to empower them by giving them a greater connection in their body.
I will try to work with him, like Tristan did, to make him connect with himself. It is my responsibility to help Herman, and then sky's the limit for us, me and Herman. Yeah, he's a keeper.
For some horses, real tension release is about this releasing tension, creating length in the body. For some horses, it's about creating a connection, feeling yourself not to take tension out and not to take tension in, but to create a connection, an awareness, a conversation within the body, which of course will give them confidence, control, stability, balance, and of course, better behaviors. So if you have a horse that is having some reactive moments, some undesired behaviors, we have to work out, is this coming from a horse that has a lack of confidence or a lack of control through fear and tension? And what is the exercise that I need to do, and how do I need to apply it to my horse? So we have a good assessment of who is my horse and what is he thinking. Because if we get that wrong, and we start to think on a horse like Herman, oh, we have to get him relaxed, we have to get him to the muscles to be longer, to breathe out more, to have more rest, to slow the energy system down, then he's going to have less connection with himself. And then you're actually going to be worse off by trying to get him relaxed, even though he's reactive, rather than connected, which gives him control and therefore confidence.